See that okay?
Yes, looks good, Aaron. Thank you.
Yep.
Good evening and welcome to the Allegheny Clarion Valley School Board Workshop meeting for April 8th, 2024. The AC Valley workshops are conducted virtually, and the link to access the workshop is always posted at acvsd.org website. During this workshop, I will provide our school board members with additional information to help clarify agenda items. And please remember the workshops are open for discussion. Could keep your mic turned off until you're ready to speak and jump in at any time. And at this time, Madam Secretary, can you please conduct the roll call?
Clifford Adams,
Here.
Patty Anderson,
Here.
Harry Armagost,
Here.
John Burke,
Here.
Brady Fight,
Here.
Diane Page,
Here.
Jeff Powell, Eric Sundling,
Here.
Kelly Terwilliger.
Here.
Thank you, Tammy. Moving down through the agenda under the presentations for next Monday's voting meeting, we do have David Kristen Wolf from Pre-Employment Transition Services and Melody Trout from OVR Counseling. They're going to present a unique program that can help get some of our students out into the local workforce. And in addition to that, we also have Megan Bashline. She's coming down from the high school, and she's going to be talking about her classroom, providing us with an update, talk about a new and exciting program, the Falcons Nest Cafe, and discuss future grants as well as a possibility of a bocce program. So we'll be happy to hear from those presenters. And moving down through the agenda, I'll open up the mic to address any kind of board concerns that we may have this evening. Okay, hearing none, we'll go ahead and move right into the conferences and field trips for April. We have lots of items to discuss, and there's some very exciting trips that we have planned. First off, the Spanish trip for April 9th has been canceled, but the Spanish club and the Spanish classes, the trip request for May 8th is still going on. It is they're going to be traveling down to Latin American Cultural Center in Pittsburgh. They'll do a bilingual tour to examine the people, the culture, and everything associated with Latin America. They'll go to the supermarket, Los Palmas Latino supermarket. They'll be able to interact with folks inside the supermarket, as well as eat fresh tacos. And then they'll finish off the trip with a pirate baseball game. And prior to going on the trip, they'll be learning a little bit more about Roberto Clemente and discuss the current Latinos who are actually in the MLB at this time. So it sounds like Rachel has a really good trip planned for the kids. Moving down through the agenda, we also have the annual Federal Programs Coordinator Conference, and Carrie, as we all know, will no longer be serving in the position. She has PSSAs that she's prepping for with the kids and would like to spend her time in the classroom. Andrea, she cannot make it to the trip, so I volunteered to go down. And not only will I be learning important information about ESSA, Title I, Title IIA, Title IV, ESSA monitoring, and then also Title I-D. And that Title I-D stands for Delinquent Youth. That's our new program at the Western Secure Treatment Unit. So we need that. If we don't show that we participated in the trainings, and then we'll have an audit finding whenever they come in to review the records. So I'll gather as much information as I can to share with the next Federal Programs Coordinator and also keep us in compliance. In addition to that trip, we also have Stacy Redding, Food Service Director. She submitted for the biannual training that she participates. This is in Seven Springs. They'll be talking about business and do their committee meeting as usual. They'll also discuss the 24-25 updates that come out from PD and start planning for the next school year. And then there's also professional learning pieces down there. She can earn credits, and that's to be announced. In addition to that training, if you roll down one more page, Aaron, we have a request from Luke Levan, and we are able to pay for this training through the ARP-ESSER grant as we finish that grant out. Just keep in mind that the 23-24 school year is the final year of all of our federal money coming in from ARP-ESSER. And Luke had found this training and submitted it, and we're happy to send it to him. Not only will it provide him with specific training, but it's really exciting whenever the teachers are able to seek out various trainings. So it's a program associated with the Desmos calculator. It's going to help generate excitement and motivate students with interactive lessons that spark students' curiosity. There's also pre-made lessons associated with the Desmos calculator, identifying kind of new features, and it also helps to differentiate instruction to get the students to move from concrete to abstract mathematics, and then also explore various mathematical ideas and streamline instruction. So I'm excited that we were able to find some grant money to send Luke down to that training. In addition to that, we also have Andrea Stewart. She put in to attend the 24 PSER Spring Employer Workshop. They're going to be discussing PSER's transaction and then leave absences, scenarios associated with that. And she has yet to attend that training, so she's excited to go up there to learn more about it. And then we have a couple field trips. So we have an exciting field trip for third grade. We have Miss McCord and Miss Jordan. They submitted a request to take the third grade to Jennings Environmental Education Center. Is located in Slippery Rock. They're going to explore different ecosystems. They're going to interact with living and non-living things and investigate various populations, invasive species, and such. They'll do a hands-on approach, and everything's tied into the new science program, the Amplify, that we had approved and implemented this past school year. So kudos to those two teachers, and I'm sure the kids will have a fun time. In addition to that, we also have grade 4, Amber Allworth, Sarah Black, and Casey Cashdollar, as well as Aaron Stoddard. They submitted a request to go to the Punxsutawney area for the Weather Discovery Center up on Gobbler's Knob. They're going to expand the students' understanding of weather science at the weather capital of the world. That would be a good time for the kids. In addition to that, we also have Tracy Hartle and Peggy Plowman and their Do Something Good Club. They're going out to St. Petersburg Park for the day, and they'll be doing community service to help clean and beautify the park. In addition to that, we have Dr. Myfer. She submitted a request to go to a compliance monitoring training at the IU, no cost to the district. And then we also have Mrs. Bashline. She submitted a request to take her students from the life skills and autistic support classroom to they're going to be participating in the community. They'll work on safety, socialization, communication, collaboration, and have some fun doing some bowling. Are there any questions with the field trips and conferences that we presented to you this evening? Okay, Aaron, you can take us back up. Thank you. Underneath the consent agenda, letter B, we do have Jennifer Pollock as a elementary K through 6 substitute teacher on our list, which we can always use subs. We have letter C and D. Those are part-time employees requesting unpaid leave days. And then letter E is our annual request from the youth football program. And we've been working with that group for a good number of years. And they come in and do practice as well as 4 home games here on campus. And they've been very generous with helping out over the years. And they agreed to help out with some of the costs associated with the paint for the football field this up and coming school year. And they've been a joy to work with, Paul Murray and the whole committee that they work with. They do a lot of work for the kids, and we're glad to open up the campus to them. And James Best, the maintenance director, has been putting a lot of work into the football field as well as his crew. So we're excited about another season. Okay, moving into finance and purchase. Next Monday, we will pay the bills and hear from Stacy Redding down through letter H. And then we have a very exciting opportunity to partner again with the United Way of Venango County. If you recall, a few years ago, we had a career counselor down here to work with our high school students, Mrs. Logue, and we hosted a job fair. So we have a similar program and potential collaboration with them for the 24-25 and then 25-26 school year. So we have a 2-year agreement in front of you. Everything's paid for except for half of the last year, which would be an AC Valley cost of $2,500. And that would enable us to have an additional counselor on campus 1 day per week. And they can work with students with all the job-like skills associated with post-high school, resume building, interviewing, planning and preparing for, a career of their choice. So we are highly recommending that we approve this motion. It can really offer a lot of support, not only to our students, but also the local economy. Then under J, you'll see a request to increase lunch prices K through 12 by 10 cents. That would take our student lunch meal to $2.75. This was a recommendation from Stacy Redding, Food Service Director, and as we build our budget for next school year, and it is projected that breakfast will be free again, or at least that's what's in the governor's budget at this time. And then letter K, you'll see we have a discussion, and Andrea Stewart's working on getting out all the information to the school board members so we can make an educated decision on increasing taxes for the 24-25 school year. Keep in mind that we can go up to 7.1% of an increase. Just keep in mind that we are in the middle of 4 different counties, and generally when we increase our taxes to the index, 2 counties go up a little bit and 2 counties go down a little bit. So we don't see that full taxation of that 7.1 increase. In addition to that discussion, I'm going to be presenting a preliminary budget PowerPoint. I'm going to run down through the staffing, the expenditures that we know of, the revenues that we're expecting, and provide the school board with a little bit more information as far as whether we need to increase taxes or not. And just keep in mind that our cyber costs have gone up last year, and this came from PASBO organization, 153% higher than our ability to increase taxes. So I have a little bit of information to share with that. We also have a piece of legislation in Harrisburg being discussed right now to eliminate the tax equalization formula, which is section 671 of the school code. There's 88 school districts in the state, and there's one that are in more than one county, and there's one school district in 4 counties, and that's us. So more to come on that piece of legislation, but I'll provide you with additional information next Monday night to make the informed decision. Are there any questions from the school board about finance of purchase before we move into personnel? You'll see at the beginning of personnel, we have 3 motions down to hire on assistant softball coaches. Dr. Jordan and the head coach set up interviews for this week. We'll have names and salaries available for you on Monday, and we're going to do the best job we can to get the best coaches in there for the kids. We do have a number of applicants who have lots of experience, so we're excited about that. Then letter D, you'll see we have a primary level elementary special education teacher who's going out onto maternity leave. So we're making a motion to advertise for a long-term substitute for the beginning of the 24-25 school year. And then also I've got a couple retirements in front of us as well, and they're both very sad to report, but we're very excited for the employees. First off is 5th grade teacher Anita Orton. As you can see, Anita's been here since 1991. She has served our district in a variety of capacities. She was a gifted teacher for a good number of years. I worked collaboration with her as the athletic director for a host of years, and she's really been doing a great job in 5th grade most recently. And she's going to be a loss to the district and to her students. She's done a great job over the years. And then in addition to that, we have Tammy Thompson. She submitted her retirement. She plans to retire January 3rd, 2025. And Tammy's been with the district since 1999 and served the high school for a good number of years, and then has been down at the district office helping to develop school board agendas and work with the school board as well as the superintendent, and really truly enjoyed my time working with Tammy as well. So she will be missed. We won't have to advertise until the fall, but that's something that we'll have to remember to do so. And then finishing off, we have another FMLA leave request from employee 334. Are there any questions about personnel that I can address? Okay, moving down through the agenda, you'll hear the reports from the admin team next Monday. I do not have any school board policies in front of you right now. We've been doing a lot of work internal on the budget and trainings at the Western Secure Treatment Unit, and we haven't had any updates at this time. James will be here to provide a facilities report next Monday. Just note that James and I are meeting with the McClure company as far as GIF in the near future to discuss the high school roof back in the project of 2018. We did get a rubber coating roof that was put on there, and parts of it is peeling off. So we've had a number of meetings with the McClure company, and we're hoping to get both groups up there, review the imperfections that we see on the roof. And the good news is nothing's leaking. It's just part of that material is flaking off. So we've been working hard on that, and James will provide you with additional reports. Moving into transportation, just for next year's budgeting, we're just trying to be fully transparent, and we have a number of items down here that we had discussed last month, but we'll put into writing. We're going to keep the van mileage the same at $1.65 for the 24-25 school year. And then also we'd like to keep the career center the same. We'll send out 1 bus and a van. As you can see, Bailey Busing does the trip for $155 per day. And then the van from Myers Transportation will run up and back at the $165 per mile that I stated previously. In addition to that, the transportation cost index for next school year is 7.224%. And excuse me, we are making a recommendation to increase the transportation rate for contractors to the index. And then finally, under transportation, we have Tracy Irwin Transportation, asking to add Anita Orton as she retires from being a teacher. She's going to move and start driving the van for the Ortons too. Beginning May 28th, 2024, that'll be after the school year. Are there any questions or comments about transportation before we move on? Okay, the Career Center. I just have a couple items to address down through here. We did approve the Career Center budget at the JOC meeting. And as you can see, it's a $3,315,531 budget, slightly increased from last year, around 2%, I believe. And that budget's broken down between the Career Center and the Adult Ed. Keep in mind that the 7 school districts in Clarion County help to run the Career Center. We basically take the tuition, or we take the overall budget divided by the number of students attending, and that dictates the tuition per student. So next year, AC Valley is expecting to have 52 students go up there, and that'll be a local cost share of $399,661. And just keep in mind that's up slightly from last year, which is the current 23-24 school year of $356,717. And with that being said, we are in the middle of contract negotiations with the professional staff up at the Career Center currently as well. And then you also have within your packet a copy of the 24-25 Clarion County Career Center calendar. And just keep in mind that AC Valley is fairly closely tied to that calendar. So we try to send our kids up there and maximize their hours within the Career Center as much as we can. And then I'm sure Carrie will be able to provide a detailed report about the IU meeting next Monday. And we did not have anything in front of you for the correspondence at this time. So at this time, I'll open up the mic if there's any questions or comments before we end. I do want to make note that we will be breaking and going into an executive session for personnel.
Sure. So I just wanted to say a couple of things here since I won't be at the meeting next month. I spent most of the day in Harrisburg today talking with some different legislators, representatives, and state senators. And so trying to let them know that we have some good things going here at AC Valley with the West 2 program, and also just trying to get some light shed on the cyber charter reforms within the state. And regardless of parties, I talked with mostly Republican lawmakers today, but everybody seemed in agreement that there are some issues within the fair funding formula and some cyber charter, especially with House Bill 1422 that was floating around. That was a hot topic. But the common theme that I understood was that they agree there's issues, and issues need fixed. It's just narrowing down the fine-tuned details of what everybody can agree on to get it passed in the Senate here. So definitely some good motions made forward today, I think.
Well, Brady, I'd personally like to thank you for your advocacy work in Harrisburg. I know that's a heck of a trip out there and back. It's worth it, is what we have to be doing. So continue to push, and we do thank you for that. Okay, hearing nothing else, I'll go ahead and end the workshop at this time. And the school board members, you have your Zoom link in your email, and we'll talk to you real soon and see everybody else next Monday.